Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another day, another edition here of the RSL, the RSL Rival StarCraft League Season 5 Playoffs Day 2 co-stream. I'm, of course, ZvT with you. I'm joined by our fellow commentators here. We have Tasteless and Sturgeon, of course, on the main stream. Meanwhile, we are here on the co-stream. Welcome, welcome. Bienvenidos, everyone. Bienvenidos. Hope you all had a great weekend so far. I am giga tired, as we, of course, did cover the KSL earlier today. Now we're here with our second broadcast with the RSL. Back to back, baby, back to back broadcasts. But we are back nonetheless, and we have returned with the second day of the playoffs. Again, last night we were live with day one, and you can see the scores before us here. Bam, you can have a look here. We had Solar, he 3-0'd Classic, and Hero 3-0'd Shin. Two very fast series, very fast games. The entire broadcast was like an hour and a half. It was like an hour and a half broadcast, so very short, very fast matches, and hopefully that trend doesn't continue. I mean, that trend is continuing from season 4. Season 4, the entire playoffs, we had like 2 macro games. And here it was non-stop cheese, non-stop all-ins, non-stop aggression out of all of our matches so far. But again, I am looking forward to these TVZs. I do think that TVZ has a tendency to have a lot more mid to late game play, just because of the nature of the matchup itself. So I do think there's a higher chance that we get to sink our teeth further into these matches. Today we do have Clem versus Rogue and Bunny versus Lambo. Oh boy, and yes, you heard me correctly. Lambo, he made it through the group stage. I don't know how. If you maybe watched the RSL group stage, let us know. Let us know what happened in those games, because I'm shocked to see Bunny making it, and shocked to see Lambo making it, advancing on this far in the tournament, this far in the bracket, is definitely a pleasant surprise. I should emphasize as well that like it's you know, a good thing. You know, he's he's a good player, he's an entertaining player, and for him to advance on this far is crazy. So I do look forward to it. Regardless, we are now looking at our schedule here. Again, we do have 2 days of RSL every single week until we wrap things up with the playoffs. Meanwhile, GSL finals are tomorrow. GSL finals are going to be tomorrow, of course, the semis and the grand finals. And as always, we do live casts. We do live casts of GSL. For RSL, we co-stream. A little bit different. Think of it more like a react stream, if you will, as we'll still be hearing the audio from the main cast in the background, and then we can add, we can correct, we can add our own commentary layered on top as well. Again, think of it more like a react stream, if you will. Otherwise, we're getting ready for our matches. Again, 2 best of 5s, 2 TVZs. And before we get ahead of ourselves, a big shout out to Archon Studio for sponsoring the event. They, of course, are behind the StarCraft miniatures game. Is soon to be fully, I believe, pre-orders. I mean, obviously the pre-order period has concluded, and units will be soon sent out to said pre-orders soon. TM, like, that's on the horizon here as well. Looking forward to it. I got my starter set. Of course, it's quite a bit to get into when it comes to painting said miniatures and setting up and things of that nature, but I'm looking forward to it. 100%.
It is so perfect. If you're like a fan of StarCraft, this is kind of the ultimate collector's item. And I didn't really know a whole lot about the whole tabletop miniatures game world. Something I always thought was cool as a kid, but like I never really got to tap into it. But it's been exciting as an adult to kind of see and understand that, you know, it's not just that there's figurines, it's an actual game you can play. It's another strategy game you can play in the, you know, the world of StarCraft.
Yeah, definitely exciting to see StarCraft delve into miniatures, as it looks like we have our vetoes. Here we go. Oh, my apologies. I thought it was going to be Clem versus Rogue, but no, we have Bunny versus Lambo up first. My apologies. We have our TVZ and we have our vetoes done.
He always does that before. I tried doing that with my own wrist and it hurts. I feel like my hands are about to fall.
Okay, so game 1 is going to be Missing You Today, followed by 10,000 Feet, Old Republic, Necropolis, and At Attorney's Edge. Once again, we're going to be incorporating some of the specific RSL maps, like Missing You Today and Necropolis. Larger maps of the map pool, they do typically favor more mid to late game play, and I'm looking forward to said mid to late game. We'll get into it when it comes to our tendencies of our players here. Curious to see how Lambo will approach as we're jumping game 1.
Best of 5, by the way, guys. We're ready to get into this. Bunny versus Lambo starting now.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Missing You Today, we do have our German Zerg player, the red Zerg for Shopify. It is Lambo. And in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran. It is Bunny. And very quickly, before they get away with it, before they get into it, if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat with your Gamba. Best of luck.
2 base, 3 base pushes. Pretty scary opponent, but I believe Lambo, you know, is good enough to get it done. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, Lambo. By the way, he's got a great course. I think you can sign up
Ooh,
for this on
CC
a
first?
Patreon.
Zerg Academy.
The Zerg Academy. I just forgot what it was. Yeah, I would recommend you guys
Okay,
check that
Hyper
out.
Greed
He
out of
really knows
Bunny.
his stuff.
I signed up to that. It's
Yeah.
amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
So many good build order guides, meta guides, just a wealth of information by obviously a top player. It's really invaluable.
Yeah, he's one of these guys where he's not only a good player, he's really like articulate.
Yes.
You know, and kind of. Not everybody I found who's good at StarCraft is good at explaining how the
Hatchcast
game
War.
works, or you know what I'm saying?
So they're talking about the players themselves, talking a little bit about the map. Welcome to Missing You Today. Missing You Today is a larger map of the map pool, longer rush distance by ground. Has a lot of relatively secure bases, but what I will say is that map vision and map awareness is paramount on Missing You Today to be able to keep up with rotations, keep up with armies, just because the bases are very spread out. The bases are spread out, so trying to maintain those bases can be quite difficult. Here on Missing You Today once we get into the mid to late game. Meanwhile, very quickly, Bunny did go CC first. CC first out of Bunny, a very greedy build out of our Terran player, but because the map is so large, he feels that he can get away with something like that, and he will. Lambo went for a hatch gas pull, standard opener out of Lambo. Likelihood of Lambo being able to punish the greed of Bunny is very, very low. Now, when it comes to Bunny's strengths in TVZ, he is very strong in the mid game when it comes to drop heavy play and split pushes, and being very active and very aggressive, very assertive. I would say the same about his TVP as well. Like, the mid game is where Bunny does thrive, and we'll see how Lambo will approach this, just because Lambo is a very well, I mean, they just echo what the caster just said, like, he's a very meticulous player. He's very, very meticulous. He very much so thrives when it comes to the planning process of a series. He's been very vocal about that, how that is where he has his best strength, where he has time to prepare for a specific matchup, and he has had plenty of time to prepare for Bunny. Plenty of time. So this is kind of like his format. Like, this is where Lambo can be at his best, where he can spend an entire week studying a player, coming up with builds and coming up with strategies to bring down his opponent.
On here to the reactor, and we're going to see those Hellions come out here, and it's going to be a little bit of creep cleaning here on the map.
Oh, 1-1-1.
Yeah, I love those little details, like the one guy in gas. Oh, hang on a minute. There's a few lings coming up to this ramp. It's open right now. Okay, Bunny does close it in time, but
so the casters will get into it eventually, I'm sure. So it's going to be a 1-1-1 out of Bunny. This is abnormal. This is abnormal. He's going for a fast starport, delayed CC, hyper aggression by Bunny.
He will decide to back off for the moment.
Yeah, he's going to just play it safe here. We have the tech lab coming along as well, being made from the factory, which will probably be added on here to the starport.
I'm curious if they
speed a little bit later than
latch
normal,
on to what's happening.
Sturgeon was saying, but you know, he had less drones and gas to start.
So Viking first.
So this is going to be an Overlord clearing Viking that he's going to send out on the map.
From here, we might throw down an armory and go for a Hellbat push. We'll see how committed Bunny's going to be. Regardless, Bunny's being hyper aggressive.
Clear creep tumors. At the most, they'll be trying to kill drones.
He'll have an abundance of Hellions. He'll have extra units earlier on.
Hits that creep chamber, will run in. Okay, just changes his mind at the last minute. Speed wasn't done yet, so
now the pressure is going to be, oh Jesus, getting into early stim. I was going to say the pressure is going to be on Bunny to get damage done early because he is sacrificing his economy for this build.
To run back and try to defend. The Overlord's coming
and
in
the
now.
Overlord, can he see the scout?
Ooh,
scout is denied.
On the border of the range, yeah, it does see stim research, and there was something researching, so Lambo can kind of put the pieces
He
together.
might think that's Cloak.
This is not going to be a mech game, something like that.
Right. He did not see the third command center, which is maybe the most important thing to try to spot for, because that's really where you know, okay,
layer timing.
Is this going to be me macroing, or am I going to have to be
Layer first into Roaches, safe play here by Lambo.
You know, early on, you might think that would lead into an attack, because that's probably the most important upgrade Terran gets in the whole game.
Again, typically Roaches are just a very, very safe way to open up, and I wouldn't be surprised if Lambo plays Roaches every game, to be honest.
Yeah, here we go. He beat me to a double eBay into 8 racks. This is kind of like the core TVZ build that you see used nowadays.
Yeah, you can hit some really, really strong mid-game time-ins lining that up with your upgrades. Lambo's going to go into Roach and +1 armor here. This build has become kind of popular recently. The armor makes the Marines do so much less damage, and then you can also do some big Roach time-ins in the mid-game as well. Adding in 3 more gases now as his layer finishes, so he can get all his upgrades and tech online. The 1-1 is on the way for Bunny.
Should emphasize that Roach play and Roach-based openers in TVZ have been very trendy over the past, like, 3 years? 3-ish years?
Okay, the Hellions are going to come down. And he gets a little swipe in there, takes out 2 drones. Could have honestly been a lot worse.
It's more recent, though, going from Roaches into melee upgrades into Hive Tech into Ultras. That's more recent. That is true.
At least 2 or 3 drones.
That's been around for like a year.
Here as well, so you have to move that Queen slowly around the back of this gas here find an angle to hit it. But
So far, good damage. 4 drones go down. Hellies, they do threaten the third. They're going in.
Away from Lambo, the mining time.
2 drone kills.
As well as 6 drones going down.
He's not done.
So he sets up the Liberator over here. Actually, Lambo gets everything out pretty perfectly. It's been 6 kills so far.
Lambo's not droning. Lambo is cutting worse. F55 is making 8 more roaches, and we're keeping an eye on Lambo. Does he keep making roaches after the setup? He is. Look at the supply. Look at the supply. 111 out of 170 supply. Lambo's all in. Like Lambo, he would not have made this many overlords unless he plans on committing.
Just holding that roach key is definitely going to look.
Unless he just made a mistake. Because he made a lot of overlords.
But I don't think he'll be making too many more. These aren't just a few defensive roaches. He's made a lot
Surgeon
of them.
caught on.
Orphan Ravagers here. This is going to be an attack with a big Ling follow-up as well, as they get across the map quickly.
Okay, so
I would emphasize that this is a 3 base all in. The 4th base is very late, lack of drones, lack of saturation, lack of tech as well. Lambo is hyper committed here, and we'll see what he can get done. Bearing in mind that Bunny's done a decent job doing economic damage, that is true, but I believe Bunny has not confirmed the all in. He doesn't see the army coming, but he doesn't know. And he's moving out.
Terran's actually pushing it. Like when you see 2 people pushing the middle of the map, one of you is wrong, and in this case, I think Bunny is making a mistake.
I definitely agree with you. If he gets caught,
I would push against the idea that this is a mistake because he just doesn't know. Like he's lacking information.
Clutch scout there by Bunny.
He's uninformed.
Check if anything's coming, and there is a lot coming right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is bad because the tanks are going to get caught in the middle.
Yeah,
of the
Bunny's
map.
out of position. The first tank goes down. Bunny's racing back home, and Lambo, he gets into the natural. He gets in.
Run up into the main here. I don't even think that would be a bad idea, actually. Just ignore the push that's coming back to try to fight you. He could wrap around instead.
Tanks are trying to siege up, but they're so open. They're so open. They're so exposed.
I don't think any of these tanks or infantry are safe. This is catastrophic right now here for Bunny.
The tanks are so exposed they go down instantly, and there's
what do we say? The pants were down, Pappy. The pants were down.
Now doing as much damage as it can. 21 SCVs fall. Lambo looking in control of game 1 right now. The SCVs forced to pull once again.
Yeah, the SCVs are taking so much damage. 24 have been killed. I don't know that Bunny is going to last long.
And again, it's one of those things where Bunny's build was very aggressive, and he was killing drones, which is good. But the problem is that Lambo didn't need them. Lambo, he did not need drones. He was going all in regardless. So, unfortunately, Bunny didn't confirm. He didn't confirm the all in, didn't confirm what was coming his way, and Bunny was caught with his pants down. He was caught mid-move out.
So he's going to have to try and find that tank without that. The Marines actually start stepping forward, very brave, into the Roach Ravager here. The SCV's pulled, sent back again, but there's just too much Zerg right now. Lambo Supply eclipsing Bunny here as he looks to close out game number 1. All the Marines fall in, all the SCVs going down. The Roach count is actually thinning out here, but there's still more reinforcing with more Lings.
I mean, this is 30 SCVs to 57 drones. And it's going to be...
And yeah, Bunny, he's dead in the water here. He's dead in the water. He is crippled. Again, Lambo able to catch him with his pants down. Once again, Bunny, I was mentioning earlier how I was mentioning at the start of the broadcast, if you remember, I was like, you know, last night, the broadcast lasted an hour and a half. We saw nothing but all-ins, but we should be seeing some more mid-game, right? Today? Nah. The all-ins continue. The all-ins continue. Lambo, he breaks into the natural once again. Links are trickling in. The tank did go down. Boys are being pulled, and there's no chance of Bunny holding. Not against this.
GG, game 1 goes to Lambo. I don't know why Bunny was on the map. The quote that I gave there is actually one I heard Artosis say, but it's so true.
That looks like an impression.
When you see 2 armies moving in the middle of the map, to me, one of them is wrong. There's no like, you know, like in the American, like the old days, like where both sides would get like riflemen and they like meet somewhere.
So I feel like I need to very quickly, I gotta step in here because Jesus, he's like, why did he move out? What's going on? Like what was he thinking? It's once again, we should emphasize as well that the reasoning and the rationale for Bunny moving out, one, remember we tried to emphasize at the very beginning when we saw the 1-1-1, Bunny was being aggressive, right? Bunny, he went for a 1-1-1 build, went for a delayed 3rd CC. He wanted to be aggressive to begin with, and he didn't see anything that told him otherwise because it was lacking scouting information. He chose not to go Banshee. he went Liberator instead, and he was doing harassing damage in the main and the natural, but he didn't check saturation at the third base, he didn't check the fourth base locations, he didn't see the main army congregating outside of the natural either. So there is a reason why Bunny pushed, and that's because he didn't know the All-In was coming, he didn't see the army, he didn't see lack of workers, like he had limited information, he was lacking crucial information to determine to stay back at home and be defensive. So there's typically always a reason as to why something happens, and it's important to bear that in mind. It's important to do so.
Okay, well, either way, it didn't look like he had like an obvious target to push.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anyways, the attack was the wrong time to attack, basically.
Yeah, I like the single Marine he sent. I just think he should have done that first.
Yeah.
Before his army actually moved out. And then if you see like 20 roaches running across the map, you just keep your tanks home.
Yeah. Well, it's also like we see Terrans lose when all the tanks are at home and they're well placed.
Yes.
And that's like him running back. It's like, okay, well, this is probably not going to go well. Anyways, we're here in Game 2. Lambo up with a 1-0 lead in this best of 5. And let's see what exactly we're going to have here from Bunny and Lambo. I think Bunny had like a perfectly fine opener, and the harass was fine too.
That was good.
What, he got like 6 or 7 drones or something like
drones?
that. But the push just didn't make any sense. He clearly was operating on bad intel and seemed to think that there was some moment to come and punish Zerg when the reality is Zerg was actually
this framing is crazy.
we'll need to see
Oh my god.
scout a little bit better this
Yeah,
round.
he's just an idiot. It just made no sense. Kappa. We're getting into our game here. Getting into game 2. This morning in the bottom right hand corner we have Lambo, our German Zerg player. Top left it is going to be our South Korean Terran and Bunny. Ooh, and we're going hatch pool. We're going for a gaseous opener.
And that's the moment you get hit by the all-in.
Right.
That really feels bad. So, yeah, I feel Bunny's pain on that one, but if he can just clean up the scouting a bit more and then, you know, ban down the hatches if it happens again.
Right.
It is holdable for sure.
Okay, so we're going to be...
Are we going to discuss the opener?
Another fairly slow start here. This is tech probably into a front-loaded expansion from Terran. Zerg, we always have to wait a little bit to
So it looks like they're not going to discuss it. This is a gases open out of Lambo. What does that mean? That means we're going into late link speed and we're going into most likely earlier tech. This goes one of two ways, either fast lair or fast roaches into roach aggression. The rationale for this is because Lambo is going to be skipping gases, and because his pool was earlier, he gets earlier queens, so an earlier first and second queen, an earlier third and fourth queen, so he's going to be defending with purely queens. He's going to skip link speed and save all that gas for that roach warren. Or again, the other option here is fast lair into fast mutaplay. So there are a couple of options with where Lambo wants to go. The standard play here is to go into roaches though. That's kind of what we expect. If he deviates from that, if he goes for a faster lair, then we will point that out.
I just think that style is really strong right now as well in general. Kind of on a lot of maps, like you say, especially on shorter maps. It is a repro for him this time, so he will be here to annoy the units, but Lambo got his queens out very early here, going for that slightly quicker pool, and he won't need the links to defend this.
Surgeon,
just the
he
queens
noticed.
alone are enough here. Going for his third queen.
But they need to emphasize the fact that there's still no gas. Like, this is still very greedy from
One
Lambo.
feature of taking this third base is that it's very easy to hit it from the other side with tanks, right? Like, you can position your tanks on that other side and you can just shell the mineral line.
Behind this, Bunny is going for a third CC before starport, so this time Bunny is going for a standard economic opener, as opposed to last game where he went for the 1-1-1.
Obviously won't play as much of an impact. But let's see how things unfold, as we do see a very early third CC and double helium production on the way right now.
I mean, this looks a lot like the previous game. We'll see if it is going
That's
to
not
be
true.
Viking into Liberator tech. But in a lot of ways, this game seems to mirror Game 1.
Not at all.
Yeah, right now it does.
What?
Lambo's going for roaches again. He's got
What?
that
No, it's
roach
Sturgeon,
warren
push
on the
back.
way. And I like the idea
He's like,
last time,
wow,
like,
this game looks like it looks just like game 1, except for the fact that Bunny's going 3 CC before starboard, and the fact that Lambo is only just now taking gases. Like what are you talking about? The builds are very different.
Yet anyway, we do have the
Now,
Vikings,
when it
so
comes
could
to
go something
the
similar.
end goal here, Lambo may still turn this into a roach all-in.
Fully walled, wow.
Yeah, nicely done.
Lambo, he might still turn this into a roach all-in. Bunny just saw the roach warren, so Bunny now is somewhat aware as to what's going on.
You know, it's a very, very punishable. Is he going to cancel one of these?
I think he'll cancel it. This is really smart, by the way, because he's been very greedy. He didn't make any Zerglings at all. So Hellion run-by has become a lot scarier.
That's a good point.
And the only way you can really stop them getting in your mineral line,
You can hear that Sturgeon, he's touching on like things that
really sick.
it's good that he's touching on them, but we needed to have brought them up earlier. Like he's even now saying like, oh, like because he made no lings, Like that's why he walled off. But he made no lings because of the opener, because no ling speed. Like there's lead up to that. Regardless, Lair is on the way, and we'll see if Lambo saturates his third. What we're waiting for here to see if Lambo drones up his third base or if he commits on like a 2.5 base all in.
Unless it's a queen, by the way. But if you're making like a roach, then that's not a drone.
Right.
If you're making a drone, it's not a roach, right? And so how you economize the larva is so important. So if you're able to just like not make 4 roaches at the start and make 4 more drones, that's so much more money that's going to come in. And then to simply use that.
So what's scary is that comparing Game 1 and Game 2, here in Game 2, Lambo has been much greedier and much more efficient. Again, like he's been a lot more. He's just been cutting corners. He's been cutting a lot of corners here. He's been quite greedy, and so far he's not been punished. So if you saw the all-in in the last game, this time it should be hitting even harder. The assumption here is that we're going for an all-in. We have 3 overlords on the way. That is very suspicious. 4 overlords in production.
But I mean, that costs you something still, right?
Right.
That's all overlords. We're going for it. We're going for the all-in again.
Super annoying there.
Again, we're getting here in a different way though. Like this is hitting earlier. This is hitting faster. This is a much stronger variation.
So
yeah.
You know.
Like he sees
By the way,
Ravagers.
you see the Ravager eggs. That should be the biggest tell, right?
Yeah.
These are not defending Hellions. Now he's going to land the 3rd CC regardless, right? You don't turn the CC around for that. But this
So Lambo's going for the all-in. As Tasteless just pointed out, that is true. Bunny just saw a sign of the all-in. Like so, Bunny is more informed this time than last time, and now he sees the push.
Yeah, and he sees this coming way in advance with his Viking. Got to be careful not to lose it. And is paying attention. Nice little move there. But he has complete vision of this. There's no anti-air with this army, apart from the bios. So let's see. He does lift his 3rd CC. He's going to reposition it to the horizontal base. I actually like that. You can still drop some mules over there if you want to. But Lambo's going to be trying to make this.
Lambo, he should be able to clean up these depots at least, and you can see the Eva chamber. Lambo's running. Lambo, he's now deviating away from the all-in.
So, he went for the 3rd base that's like tucked all the way up at the top. Now the problem is that he's basically separated from this. The 2 Hellions are going to come in here. They're going to get a couple drone kills, maybe 4. Yeah, just barely there.
Oh no, he's crazy.
He does take out the tank.
Yeah, he does. He's droning behind this as well with an infestation pit. So this isn't necessarily
Nice
meant
stab
to
on the
kill
tank.
Bunny. Just kill all the depots, get any tanks that you can, any free units, deny the Terran from mining at the 3rd base.
Cleans up all the depots.
4 base economy
Behind this, Lambo's droning.
and try to get Hive Tech on the way. Maybe transition into Roach Ravager, Ling Bane. That's the goal here from Lambo. And it's difficult for Bunny to sniff that out. Like, am I being all in here, or is this like a Roach Ravager kind of pressure?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't all in, but now we're transitioning away from it.
Here as well. You know, right
Do we get a
now that
Viking?
command center is basically just sitting up there. It might have been better served actually being back at home, you know, and making SCVs, because right now it's just floating. So you're not getting, you know, obviously you're not mining with that, but you're also not getting the benefit of the SCVs that could have been cranked out.
So behind this, we're getting some safety infestors. Now, the scary thing right now is that Ling speed is just now beginning. So the army for Lambo is very immobile. It's very clunky. Like, he doesn't really have as much buffer. It's not a very efficient composition. He's working on it, though, with the infestors, with the Hive Tech. Like, he's working in that direction.
Look kind of funny. There is a drop down here, which may pick off this queen if it doesn't come back soon. Okay, never mind. Lambo does send it back. Dotting his I's and crossing his T's there. Good Zerg fundamentals there. Send the queen back after you drop the tumor.
Microwave Shadows on the way. That's a sign of Hive Tech and Ultra Tech.
Shoots up right now.
Yeah, like this is just going to be able to roam here. He's going to try to target down
It's
this
a sign of
queen.
Ultras.
Good defense here from Lambo.
Very nice fungal.
Lambo, by
Oof.
the way, about to get to that supply spike here. He's going to max out. And that there is a point where when you go for Roach Ravager, you max out, and you actually...
There's that Ultra Cavern, as you mentioned. Again, the end goal here is Ultra Tech.
You can trade out. And this is really where the power struggle happens. It's kind of the climax of a TVZ from the Zerg's perspective is can you actually kind of grapple the Terran down, take out their tanks, get them small enough that you can maybe come in here and wipe the 3rd base out. And meanwhile, Bunny is going to push.
Yeah, I think he has to do something. There's Ultras on the way and Microbial Shroud, so Lambo's army will be insane if he's allowed to grow for a couple minutes.
It's kind of a weird fungal. It hit the medevacs and not the infantry. Kind of the opposite of what you want there.
Overshot it.
There's a drop over here at the 4th base.
Oh,
right
he's getting into the
Lambo
tanks. He's trying to.
Pursuit, and there's not enough medevacs to pick up everything over here.
Yeah, enough roaches to deal with this attack. Only a few drones going down. Lambo's playing so good right now. The tanks are not sieged. He needs to get those siege ASAP. Okay, he does manage to in time, but I mean, he's only just now starting his 4th CC. I think Lambo's in a very good position going into this late game as long as the drops don't do too much damage here.
Kind of. So something that's a little bit scary here is that Lambo, he has to get rid of these roaches. I don't know if you noticed, but Lambo, he has a bank. Like, he has almost 2,000 minerals. He has a decent chunk of roaches, sorry, gas. He needs to get rid of these roaches and refine his composition and start trading. Otherwise, Bunny will close that gap.
Is Bunny going to be able to do here? Because now we have that Ultra Tech up. We have 3 Ultralisks about to hatch. We're going to get Banelings here, too. I mean, really, Lambo's mixing in all the right ingredients to have a possible killing blow come up here.
Yeah, when these Ultralisks first come out, there's going to be a ton of Microbial Shrouds available. This is going to be an insanely hard-hitting timing with the Microbial Shrouded Ultras. They're going to take no damage at all. You know, with the Chitinous Plating, with the armor upgrades. We also see Adrenal on the way, Aspire as well, just for those late-game Corruptors if you need them, or even potentially Broodlords, but probably not just yet. So I really like Lambo kind of
going for the Ultra Cavern. Can he deny? Can he deny the upgrade?
Targets the Cavern.
He's crazy. He gets it.
Oh my god, Chitinous Plating denied.
That is a huge pickoff.
That was like the final thing that he needed. And 2-2 is about to finish here for Bunny.
Bunny.
I feel like Lambo probably still has to come out here and try to attack, though, right?
How many Ultras did he make before that went down? We did see the one in the main.
I saw at least 3 that were made in the production tab earlier. Yeah, 3
okay, he's
total.
Got 3 Ultras. Yeah, I mean, maybe you can still go for it. With Microbial Shroud, they are going to provide a good front
Like, that is a huge blow. Like, he misses his timing, and Lambo, as we mentioned before, the gap in supply is closing. Lambo was up 40 supply earlier, now he's only up 20.
Is going to finish.
Like, the longer this goes on, the better it is for Bunny.
And, you know, Terran is going to get this 4th base. The position's a little boxy. It's not going to be very easy to come in here and hit this. He is hitting on the left side with some roaches, but that seems to be more of a diversion because the real target's going to be up here at 12 o'clock. So he's going to have all these units ready to go. Microbial Shroud. There is one Widow Mine. He's got to be careful. This is actually a lot more infestors than I thought he was going to have here.
Oh, he has so many. There's
he doesn't have enough
so
ultras.
many fungals and Microbial Shrouds.
The Ultra Cannon is too low. There's not enough ultras and there's too many roaches.
Exactly where you want it, and not having Chitinous Plating.
We mentioned this earlier, but Lambo's Roach Cannon is hurting him.
Just now, but he actually stayed on a low drone count. We see he's only on 67. This is not like a late game drone count. You know, it's not 90 or in that area where you can kind of play a really.
It's very necessary.
Game. So he either needs to add more drones. Okay, we do see him now. Okay, I think now he's going to commit to playing like a longer game, even though I don't think he wanted to.
Right.
He didn't.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're in a very different spot here. I think Bunny could be in a better position here if he can make this game last.
He is in a better
longer.
position.
We haven't had the moment where he's really used the ultras yet, right? He's kind of jockeyed for.
So when it comes to the game state here, again, Bunny, he's recovered. Remember, we mentioned this earlier. He was down like what 60 supply, like it was crazy. Like he was down heavily in army supply. Lambo had a window of time, but he missed that window. You know, the window closed. It shut in his face when we denied Chitinous Plating. So without Chitinous Plating, Lambo is stuck back. He's now trying to drone. The drones are late. More roaches going to be thrown away. Bunny's being more efficient. But what does Bunny need? Liberators and Ghosts. We're still lacking that complexity of the army, of the composition.
A ton of infestors or links to these Widow Mines.
Bunny's still stuck on Biotank.
Trading is finally almost done here in 5 seconds. So let's see if Lambo is going to choose this as his moment to be aggressive.
Nice catch.
Or if he wants to play a bit longer, get more bases, and try to deny Bunny's mine later.
Yeah, now he's coming up here. And, I mean, he's going to take this hatch out. Beautifully done. Lambo in kind of a tough spot for the time being.
There's so many Marauders there.
I know.
Such a Marauder heavy drop.
Oh, the
this
backstab.
is huge. He's just going to be able to blast this down.
Keep going.
Kind of almost backs out. Now, if he just gets a pickup, he
Ooh,
can,
very nice
God,
fungal.
The fungal was absolutely
disgusting.
crazy. So right now, we've had 2 hatcheries poked out in a minute. 3-3 is done for Terran. Lambo, you know, sitting not only on a maxed out army, but on a lot of minerals and a lot of gas. So, you know, we haven't had Lambo with the army trade out yet. And part of that might be because Terran's on these 4 bases. There's like no really easy area to attack into. It almost feels like he has to stretch the game out for Terran to have to expand into a spot that is then also going to be a weakness where he can try to strike it over and over.
Yeah. Also, Terran being on 4 bases isn't the end of the world, you know? If they have like 6 or 7...
Yeah, I mean, Tastes, he just touched on something very important about the map. It's very easy to turtle up on 4 bases on 10,000 feet. The 5th base is a little bit more exposed, and that's usually where Lambo can find an opening. But pushing into 4 bases is very difficult.
4 orbitals here, which is pretty insane. He's going to start moving those out. And Lambo has his army split into two right now, so he may be looking to hit two places at once, or get a pincer mover going as he gets a huge fungal on all these medevacs. The Ultralists engage here. Going to take out some units. The tank line is pretty deep. There's Liberators here as well.
He's got enough Ultras.
Some Marauders, ton of medevacs.
He's going.
But here come the Corruptors.
He breaks through. Where's the bio?
Yeah, he's going to try to chew.
Do you know where the bio is?
through.
The bio was killed earlier to the fungal. The massive fungal at the center expansion. He killed so much bio there, so many Marines and Marauders.
And try to ooze it down if he can, but he doesn't have enough time.
And Bunny, he plummets in supply.
I don't want to be too nitpicky here, but yeah, I mean, Lambo kind of drives in, does damage, but it's not enough to really break the position. But with the minerals and gas he has now, he's going to go right back up to maxing out. And this is one of these things where it's kind of like a 1-2 punch, sometimes like a 1-2-3 punch. But you know, you kind of you dump the resources right after you've lost a chunk of your army, and you can spike back up in supply. And after a couple blows of that hitting, a lot of times the Terran gets flattened.
The look at the jump in economy here and the mineral income as all these mules land in the top right base here. I think Lambo would really like to know about this. I'd love to see. He has a Ling at the base just below Bunny's main, but if he had one over there, I think he would definitely attack into that. You don't want to let the Terran get these bases on the extremities of the map and kind of dump all their mules there. Okay, that is a lot of drop.
I think a better kind of framing there would be that Bunny's getting a fifth. He's getting a fifth base up and running, and Lambo, his goal was to deny that fifth expansion and to try to punish Bunny as he spreads himself more thin. So Lambo, he has to be active soon. He has to be active soon to punish that fifth base. He's going for the Doom drop, and there's a lot of potential in that drop.
Over here, but this is going to be a huge drop in here. What is this? All Lings?
Yeah, it looks to be so.
Oh, God, please!
A little bit slow on that. That's because he was attacking over here at the same time, though. Bunny going to find it hard to do.
And you can see how bare bones the army is for Bunny.
Well, the Ultra is fighting the planetary from the front. That's
but
not
he's
what you want
holding
around the back, so
he's holding on.
Well. And I got to say that defense was amazing by Bunny.
Yeah.
He didn't lose that much there.
Well, I think Lambo really messed up the
Bunny didn't have that much. He didn't lose that much either.
Clicked way too deep. You're fine just dropping it like right at the edge of their base. But, you know, have two Overlords full Lings, not unloading, is massive. You want to have enough Lings there that it kind of snowballs everything. Snowballs the damage, excuse me, of everything popping out of the barracks.
Yeah, I mean, those are...
So the Fusion Core just finished. I think what I'm most impressed by here is that Bunny, he was able to hold on here with, again, it's still a very low-tech army. We still have yet to delve into, like, Ghost production, for example. Massive Mind Drills going off on the Zerglings, Lambo being very inefficient.
Now Lambo obviously knows he has the top right base, and I feel like this game just slipped out of Lambo's reach a bit. I thought his position was really good for a long time.
Yeah, well, you know, he's not done.
Right.
But...
I mean, still got 4K in the bank.
Yeah, but Bunny is squeezed into
the game slipped away from Lambo when Bunny got his fifth base. Like, the Bunny getting the fifth base up and running and securing the fifth base is a big power spike for Bunny.
The inevitable Broodlord Infestor, but whenever that comes out, it always feels like then the next step is for the Terran to play keep away and start to hit all these exposed bases that Zerg a lot of times can't really defend easily. Why? Because they went...
I'm still not sold on this army composition, by the way, but sure. Like, I saw the Fusion Core finishing, and we ended up getting, what is it, Caduceus Reactor, like the medevac upgrade?
Does not have Ghost yet. So
instead of going into, like, Lib Ghost?
Good at some point. Okay, he's going for 14 Broodlords in production right now.
He's crazy.
He has the Ghost Academy, but what is the Ghost Can right now? I haven't seen any on the field yet. Not sure if he's actually been making those. No, there's 0 ghosts out right now, so snipes are obviously very good in this situation against the Zerg Hive units. But Bunny's not going to wait for that. He's actually pushing right now, and the Broodlords are not over here, so you cannot defend this hatchery.
Yeah, and another hatchery gets poked out.
Oh, has he just scanned the Broodlords? Yes.
Yeah, so he sees. So this should prompt him to have something go to the center left. Now, you know, one thing about Broodlord Infestor is you kind of get this ball of death that usually can pierce any position on the map. You know, unless Terran can, like, hit this head on.
So right now we're lacking Vikings, right? We're lacking anti-air. Sure, we have Marines, but Marines getting under these Broodlords is going to be nigh impossible. Now we are forced to make Ghosts, but again, the Ghost production was heavily delayed.
Ooh, and a drop towards the main.
Yeah, you pointed out, Tasteless, the Broodlord army is very slow. Bunny taking full advantage of that right now. Splitting his army into two, down two sides of the map.
Lambo, he commits.
I mean, you just can't defend that as Lambo. You can't get all the Broodlords home.
Base trade?
You're going to probably lose a ton of tech structures here, maybe even the Hive. He's just going to go for it at the front now. We're entering a somewhat of a base race here as hatcheries will fall, the main may fall. These units are so overstimmed, they're all on the red HP right now. The hatchery goes down, but so would all of those units.
Okay, so he breaks this.
And the issue is this.
Zerg is gonna have
Like,
to
how do you deal with all
accept
these
that you're
Brood
gonna
Lords? You
lose a
don't. Like,
lot
he's still only just now
process.
making 4
What you're trying to do
Vikings.
is basically cut the head off. You're trying to decapitate the Terran and let
The
them
Broods
bleed
are
out
coming.
after this. Basically doing, you know, fatal damage to the Terran where, you know, Lambo may be crippled for the rest of this game, but he can still recover.
Nice splits.
Yeah, and Bunny's making 5 ghosts at a time.
Very
He's
nice
got a
splits.
decent
I mean, oh my
count
God.
now, and you're not going to be able to kill the top.
So
right.
Bunny,
Like,
he's
if you don't
banking
get
up his
on top of the
Vikings.
production,
That's the one thing he can do here. Is just bank up his Viking. No, he's gonna throw one away. He's gonna throw away a Viking. He needs to preserve his army as best he can.
Is still there. Meanwhile, he's going to lose a ton of tech down here if he's not able to kill this Bioforce.
Yeah, he's continuing to do a lot of damage here. You know, I would like to see something go up there to the top right. Because that's really the last spot that Bunny has.
Okay, snipes the Ultra Cavern.
What do the Broodlings do? Okay, he's moving him again. Sort of a heart attack here watching these.
Vikings are coming in from behind. Where are the Corruptors?
Sit. Now there's some ghosts
No
out here, but
Corruptors.
there's
Oh my
Overseers
God.
in spot.
Are 4 Vikings really just gonna kill Lambo? I'll be. There's no Corruptors. I thought there were 2 of them. They got sniped.
Here. Lambo, he does still have an amazing bank.
The Vikings are doing free damage.
Very low on the gas, but he can make
They're
a
the
ton of
Corruptors. We
lanes
need
if he
them.
wants to.
What are they
He's
doing?
trying to make
We need the
Corruptors to deal with any
Corruptors.
Vikings that might come out, or just make more Broodlords here.
They went
He's got 6
home.
Infestors. There's a world where he can make this push happen. He just has to not let the Ghosts get onto the Broodlords here.
You say Ghost.
Yeah,
The Vikings are doing free damage. They're still popping off.
Back at home. Okay, so you know the Terran army has not been cleaned up.
Yeah,
I don't
Corruptors
know
go
what
down.
tech Zerg has right now, by the way, because the main
There's no
was
more
hit and the hive
Corruptors.
was
The
hit.
Broodlords, they will eventually all die, and you can see that intention with keeping the Ghosts back and waiting for the Broodlords to go down.
Hit the top right and taking out the expansion, but I think if he just
Is that
gets
just game?
into the main here,
Yeah, if you can get
Yeah.
on the production, that could be a game-ending move. But this Bio's been here for so long.
The casters are not pointing out the fact that every Broodlord is dead. Every
Broodlords are
Broodlord.
unattended right now. A lot of them are actually falling to these Vikings here.
Yeah.
And I think that is the end of the
GG.
Broodlords, and with that, the end of the game.
wow, Bunny wins that crazy game. I feel like I mean, there's so many things happening back there, but Lambo did not have the right tech to after he lost everything that was in his main to like remake what he needed to actually clean up that infantry on the map.
Yeah, for me, there are a few key moments. The first one is obviously when Bunny sniped the Ultra Cavern.
Yeah.
That completely killed the timing
That
of
is-
Lambo there. He didn't
I'm
have
glad he
kindness
brought that up.
plating. You only had the 3 Ultras.
Yeah.
And that was his whole game plan, was leading up to this big Ultra Microbial Shroud timing, which he didn't get to hit. And then the top right base being there so long for Terran, and Lambo not knowing about it for quite a while.
Yeah.
And then finally Bunny's scan on the Broodlords. Like, you want to surprise your opponent with the Broodlords. Like, surprise, I have all these Broodlords, and you don't have Ghosts or Vikings yet. And sometimes the Terran just dies, but he actually got a clutch scan there, and he's able to prepare for it. And like you said, go around the Broodlord army and just take out all the Zerg tech, take out those hatcheries. And
The whole game changes when Broodlord tech's out.
Yeah.
And it does create some opportunities for the Terran.
Yes.
And he did exactly what he needed to do. He had one army go.
I feel like we need Sturgeon to have a little bit more confidence, because I think I noticed in the last series as well, in the last game, like he locked in to like those are the key moments, but like when the game is happening, he's not. I don't think he's emphasizing them enough or bringing them up enough. I think he can do a better job at like leading Tassus's hand a little bit when it comes to like emphasizing certain moments in the game, because he's correct. Like again, something that he brought up as well that is correct is that not here in this kind of like summary, but Lambo, he was on 67 drones. He was on 67 drones for a very, very, very long time, which is 3 base saturation, and he was maxed out with high tech with 3 base saturation. And the big moment, of course, was that his opponent broke out. Bunny got a 4th base while Lambo was still on a very low economy, and he was stuck with it because of his roaches. We were trying to emphasize as well that Lambo, he had to get rid of his roaches to free up supply, and he was stuck with them for so long. Eventually he got rid of them, eventually he droned up, but it was very late, and Bunny was stabilizing. Remember, well, that was the moment where Lambo, he was up like 50 supply, and Bunny, he just took a 4th base, turtled up, and then closed that gap. So that gap in supply, that advantage that Lambo had, didn't really matter anymore. That also coincides, of course, with the fact that the Ultra Cavern got sniped, so he kind of missed his timing as well. But he was just stuck with like a heavy roach army that was achieving nothing. GG well played. With that, we're going to be getting into game number 3. We're tied up 1-1, and we'll have a look at Tasteless play with some miniatures. Let's go.
All the mechanics that
And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Whew. We returned here with the RSL, the Rival StarCraft League Season 5 Playoffs, day number 2 co-stream. we are halfway through. We're halfway through the first series, I should emphasize. Already we do have a bit of a longer broadcast here, which we're appreciative of. At least that's the trajectory of the matches so far. And we have a back and forth. We have a back and forth here. Lambo so far, when it comes to the greater course of the series, has been hyper aggressive with roaches. Game 1, he went for a big 2.5 base roach all-in. Game 2, we saw a big 3 base roach all-in as well, where he did deviate away from. This time in Game 2, because he relied on a similar style, Bunny was able to scout, able to confirm somewhat, and able to prepare defensively and have a much stronger defense, survive into the mid-game, have a big moment, of course, sniping the Ultra Cavern across the map, denying the upgrades, delaying Lambo, and forcing a longer game. And now we have that back and forth series. We have that back and forth so far. Game 3, we're about to load in, and we'll see if Lambo commits with roach play or if we do delve into some Ling Bang.
It's going to be closer to moving on into the winner's bracket here, as we're now in the bracketed part of the RSL.
Let's go.
Yeah, you really want to get this game 3 under your belt. It puts you in such a good position for the rest of the series. You only need one more. You know, you can take a chance on a game, go for a cheese, or you can just try 2 standard games and try your luck that way. But
and spawning in the right hand corner, we do have our German German Zerg player himself. For Shopify, it is Lambo. Bottom left, South Korean Terran, Bun.
Yeah, both players really want to get this game. It is going to be Old Republic, as you mentioned. Lambo here in the top right and Bunny in the bottom left.
Okay, this is going to be another map where I think, you know, the first 3 bases, not really pushable, but when Zerg has to start to take a 4th, that's a really enticing target. Some 4th bases are much easier to hold than others, but this is a map where I think Bunny could kind of try to set up some kind of a mid-game push.
Yeah, and just looking at Lambo's build here, he's gone hatchery before the Overlord. This usually leads into the 15 pool or the 19 gas.
He's actually getting into it
the
here.
opener that gives you the faster queens against the Reapers. You don't need to make lings. And then also lends itself nicely into roach openers, as you don't need the quick 100 gas for that speed.
So
I wouldn't be surprised to see Lambo go for roaches again, just based on his opening here. Obviously, it doesn't have to be, but that is what
yeah,
this lends
unlike
itself
a game number 2 and game number 1, Sturgeon actually just went into the build order itself, confirming, oh, this is earlier gas than last game. To be fair, last game was fully gasless opener, but here it still often does lead into delayed, if not non-existent link speed, in towards roach heavy play. This is not as greedy as last game. Last game, we took the gases very late, if you recall. We were already getting up to 2 base saturation before gases were taken. That's how greedy Lambo was. Here, again, cutting some corners, not as much as last time.
I think the Lambo, but Lambo again, you know, his whole thing was kind of hinged on actually breaking the Terran, and it looked like he was so close to doing it until chitinous plating was denied.
That was such an insane moment. Like, it completely changed the game.
Yeah. I mean, when you go from Roach Ravager to then a hard shift into Ultras with some Infestors, I mean, that's when you're going to try to pierce like the 3rd base or the 4th base and maybe shatter the Terran's economy enough that the next couple of attacks can probably zone them out of ever having a 3rd base or a 4th base again. And that was denied. You know, you need the chitinous plating there on the Ultras so that they can kind of plow through the Terran's position, and he wasn't able to do that. So we're going to go into game 3 here and see, is this going to be a game that's going to look like that or not? Now, game 1 was weird because Bunny just, like, literally should not have been on the map.
Right, yeah, just wrong timing completely.
Yeah.
Anti-timing, like as Lambo's all in them.
Literal anti-timing where it's like, oh, this is literally the worst time to be on the map. Why are you doing this? Like, when you play a game of StarCraft, you do have to kind of both do the same dance.
So once again, just like the last game, Bunny's going for a 3rd CC before Starport. So economic build here out of our Terran player, 2 games in a row. Now, I do want to quickly touch on something that Tasteless did mention. Oh, that is an insanely fast layer at 310. If you remember, we brought this up last game, where typically when you go for late gases, it means either fast roaches into roach aggression or fast layer tech into mutaplay, and it is fast layer. Gases being taken.
The other thing this build leads into nicely is actually 2-base muta. He's got a quick layer going down at about 310 or so.
Yeah, 310.
Adding in 2 more gases here. Oh, actually gets a drone there, does Bunny. You don't normally see that at this point in the game, but he will just sneak that 3rd in while the Reaper was busy in the main.
Somehow this Reaper got away, too. It's still in the game. The Hellions are going to come in here now, too.
Yeah, Lambo's just got speed now, so we'll be able to deal with these. Actually choosing not to dive, and I've been liking what Bunny's done with going for these Viking openers every game. It limits the Zerg's information so much. and they're scouting on the map. You can see all these overlords that are on the pathways across the map. The Viking will send all of these home or just kill them.
So behind this, we're waiting for a tech. Now, Lambo knows he just got scouted. Bunny also saw the lair timing, so Bunny's also wary as to what's going on. He's building up towards Stim, the Hellions poke in, and of course the third base is late for Lambo.
Suspected by the very late third, and I think he saw the other gas when he went into the main.
He saw the lair.
Once again, is it a glitch in the Matrix? The Overseer is not going to be killed again here?
Oh, he only saw one gas. Oh, okay.
No, he saw the lair though. No, he saw the...
Yeah, we'll see. This is a very, very different type of mid-game. Pretty much opposite.
He saw the lair, he saw late third base. He did not confirm all the gases, that is true, but he's seen enough to be somewhat aware.
On the Overseer.
That's the worst. You tried to save it by morphing it, and then it still dies.
Yeah, you're like, all right, well. And it's not like the Viking had a whole lot else to do in the game anyway.
right. It's his one job.
Yeah. And he's still going to kill Overlords over here.
Lambo actually didn't pull these Overlords back. He kind of needs to do that. You see the other ones returning now. Just
second Overlord kill. Can he get a third? The Lynx!
Oh my god, Lynx get in the main somehow.
Oh my god.
Two Marines.
Oh god.
Came out on the map. The SCVs are going to continue to chase.
Oh, this is so much mining time being lost.
Yeah, this is so bad right now. The Marines, by the way, they can't quickly chase this.
This should not have happened. Initially, Bunny was doing well. He was sniping Overlords. He was gaining map control. He was setting up towards the sim timing. Now he scans. He confirms the Spire, of course. But can he keep up? Can he even punish?
Right next to each other, answering all the questions that the Terran would have had about what kind of tech this is.
Yeah, that Viking picked up 2 kills there. Very nice. Lambo does have his mutas out now, though, so this is his turn to kind of fight back and get across the map and do some harassment. The Terran can sometimes just try to push, but I'm not sure if Bunny will be doing that in the near future. The counter threat of these Lings, which were just shown to him, will probably make him not want to, but he is ready with turrets. He's got his Viking at home. I don't think he'll take a crazy amount of damage to the mutas. I think Lambo will be happy if he stays home so he can just get his eco going, get up into those high drone counts.
Yeah, as they're kind of alluding to here, because of the brutal damage that was dealt by the Ling Rumbai and keeping Bunny busy, it means that, yes, Bunny, he knows that mutas are coming. He should be relatively safe against them, but he's stuck at home. He's stuck at home, so Lambo, he's achieving what he wants, which is map control, to be able to drone, saturate, tech up, and just engulf the map itself.
After that, you know, in a TVZ for what else can get done, right? Because after that, the Terran's kind of fortified against that.
Yeah, you kind of have the choice. You can make some mutas and then transition into ultras again later. They're just going to dive this turret here. Good micro, sends that one back already, and it doesn't die. Amazing micro on that one mutalisk. Oh, will keep all of them alive, I believe, and gets a turret there. Very nice pickoff by Lambo. That's money that was spent and now has to be respent. No mutas fell. Very nice micro there. And I was just going to say, you can either, transition to ultras, get your hive, or you can just keep making mutas and go for like a max out timing when you hit 200 supply. You kind of dictate where the fight happens as the muta player. Just because you're so mobile, you can hit any base really quickly.
Right. And of course, this is a great fighting force in the map too. Once you get the Lings and the Banelings in here, and he's just now starting to spike up in the Zergling supply. Here comes the push for Bunny. Now you want to be careful. One thing about Ling Muta Bane versus infantry with Medivacs is like the fight can go either way. The Terran can absolutely dominate.
So this is going to be an anti timing in the sense that Lambo, he's going to be stuck with 0-0. He has 0-0 upgrades with his Ling Bane. His Ling Bane is very, very weak. He's heavily reliant on the mutas. The mutas, they go for the counterattack. Meanwhile, Bunny, he moves in. And he gets the base. Yeah, Lambo, he evacuates.
And it looks like Lambo's going to come up here from underneath.
There's a huge flank coming in, but is there actually enough Zerg here? It doesn't look like it. The Bane is full flat. Maybe Lambo's overdroned a bit right now. He's on 78 to just the 55 workers of Bunny, and he's going to have to evacuate this base.
That's too greedy.
I think if you wanted to do that, you should probably not take the fight, right? And wait a bit longer for your eco to kick in.
Well, he hemorrhaged a little bit. He can try to snipe the reinforcements. The problem is Terran's already getting the job done.
Yeah.
Like, that base could not have died faster, right? Normally, with Ling Muta Bane, you're trying to, like, force siege
trying to catch up the mutas.
Buy time till you have just enough Banes.
Barely doesn't intercept.
Let the hatchery get pretty low on HP and then try to come in at the last second. Yeah. Terran's going to get back. I think Bunny's playing a pretty perfect game right now. When you poke the base out and then are able to get back home, that's insane.
Yeah, it's a very good push there. Luckily for Lambo, he didn't lose any workers. He was able to get them all to another base.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Lambo, even though he droned up quite heavily, he saves the majority of the workers so he can go back to mining, but Bunny does make it back home, and Bunny still has a much more threatening force.
And didn't lose any. He's already kind of a win in and of itself.
Right.
Because he already has a very good eco, that and now he can just mass make units for the next minute or two. And he's going to max out a bit quicker than Bunny. And the Mutaflock is starting to get very big now.
Yeah, it's looking pretty scary, and I think
Gets
it's a
into the
smart
main.
move to go for these reactors here. They take forever to
Oh,
rebuild.
the jump play.
Oh my god, I was going to try to drop that.
Jesus.
Okay. Meanwhile, drilling claws, concussive shells have just been upgraded. Lambo has reasserted his expansions on the map, taking all 3 on the outer perimeter of his side at the top right. But Terran's about to have 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2 is a huge power.
2-2 is going to be that big timing here that Bunny has to be active again. That's one of the other reasons why he raced back home. He does 1-1 timing, and the next will be 2-2.
He does have the Overseer with these mutas, so he can take that out. And yeah, just trying to harass as much as he can, pick off anything that's kind of free. And Thor production has begun for Bunny now, so the direct fights are going to get a bit more difficult.
Okay, the Lings and the Banes are going to regroup over here. Can he hit this soft spot over here at the third?
Oh, he's going to go before this Thor is out. This might
he
be
does
really
commit
good
late
for
reaction here
Lambo
by
if he can
Bunny.
get on the mineral line. The Banelings connect with all those Marines there. Some will survive, but this mineral line is forced to evacuate. The Ling Bane going to jump on the top of the rest of this bio here. Lambo going to take out a lot of medevacs as well, actually targeting those with the Mutalisks. And as the dust settles, was this a good trade in the end?
Yeah, so, I don't know. I mean, you know, it seemed like, how many SCVs were killed? Were SCVs killed, actually?
I don't think many went down there at all, no.
Yeah, no, okay, so he didn't really lose a lot. I mean, you're kind of fine trading your army.
I mean,
he kept both bases alive.
I'll say that Lambo, that was a good fight. He fought well against the army. As I mentioned, ideally he gets economic damage. He didn't. He didn't kill any SCVs, that is true. But he retained his mutas and he traded against the Marines. So that was not a bad fight for Lambo. But I think where some of the reservations lie is that they were hoping that maybe Lambo would achieve more damage. As he just counterattacks.
Is what
He goes
Lambo's
in.
trying to do. Those Lings will get into the third so quickly as well.
He
as
sends it.
Ooh,
Bunny's
big
out of position.
Widowmine shot on all those Lings though. And Bunny's going to come home with some of his army.
Okay, he's hitting so hard here. The Lings are going to slowly be wiped out. It's the mutas that are really dealing most of the damage here. Oh my god, almost gets hit by that Widowmine. Going to end up taking that out on the way back out.
Oof.
Again, though, I mean, only 6 SCVs killed. You know, Terran's continuing to grow.
That was a lot of mutas going down. He did snipe the Widowmine, but he did lose a lot of mutas there to the Marines. That was 9 mutas going down.
And I don't know. I mean, Bunny's going to try to push out again. This time he's got Thors here, which are really going to mute the strength of the Mutalisks.
Yeah, I like the way Bunny played that. Sent basically everything home, except just enough to take out that hatchery. So Lambo cannot mine from there. He's trying to retake that base, but Lambo will be losing it shortly as Bunny is already at the front again. The Mutalisks come for that counterattack again. There's too many of them to
Breaks into the mineral line. SCVs are finally going down.
DPS anymore, so the turrets will go down very easily.
Bunny turns around.
As well as all these Marauders who do not shoot up, trying to bait them onto those Widow Mines there, but Lambo not going to take the bait. And here comes the Thor to help
Yeah,
out.
Bunny, he turns back around. Lambo, he's able to max.
Okay, what is he doing with these medevacs?
They're kind of in front of the army. The army is coming behind them,
And
but
the
they're
army's
not
there.
together.
I thought I didn't even notice the army was there.
Yeah, it was a bit weird.
I'm
They
like,
were
that can't possibly be like, oh, I hope
Yeah,
you
what's
chase
going
these
on?
when you kill all your medevacs. You're like, oh damn, I guess I shouldn't bait you with one of my most important things. Oh my god, Lambo overextends,
Jesus.
but only slightly, is already remaxing as some of that army is cleared out. It's all going to be down to how these Banelings connect.
Yeah, this Terran army is very scary right now with the Marauders at the front, soaking up whatever they can. The Banes run past, try to get on top of these
Oh my
Marines, but is there
god.
enough of them left?
Yeah, massive Baneling connections.
There's still a bit of a pack here, and I think Bunny is winning this fight convincingly.
So has more
Even
Marines.
as a tank remaining, all his medevacs. And he's just
Bunny's control was lacking, his splits were lacking there as well, so that was maybe the best fight that Lambo could hope for, so he did trade as best as he could, so this is still quite
The problem
close.
is that I don't know that Lambo has managed to really win a fight to offset the strength of Bunny, and Bunny's fine trading. He's fine with a little bit of a back and forth.
Brutal Widowmine shots there, but yeah, like you said, he hasn't won a big fight, and he hasn't damaged the economy of Bunny either.
Right.
You know, with the mutas, you want to be getting those STV kills, running by with Zerglings. You got to be careful. You don't want to get aggroed in here when you're not looking. The army here.
Oh my god, it was so bad. He lost so many Banes. I mean, the one thing you would love to have as Terran is for Banes to connect on either Marauders or Thors.
Yeah. Okay, but Lambo's still somehow making this fight.
One Baneling
I'm not sure
shot.
where the rest of Bunny's army is. It's at the front of his 4th base there. Okay, he scans this hatchery, sees it's there. A Widowmine will deny this one.
As they're pointing out, like, Lambo's been taking some really rough fights here. Bunny snowballing a bit out of control. He's massing up his reinforcements. 3-3s on the horizon.
So we're going to watch this just kill off this drone. This is one of these games you could be like, no, I swear I sent something there to me. What's going on? Where's that drone?
Oh, does it get in?
Yeah. Okay, he's going to hit this base as well, and I think it's actually, oh god, let's see if he can win this fight. He's going to actually just jut in with a couple of Marines.
Brings out the expansion. Mutas will clean this up.
Clears that out. Right now, Lambo's on 3 bases, guys. There's one 4th base at the very, very top left started, but as far as like what he's got that's functional and mining and going to contribute to his economy and his future trajectory in this game, it's those 3 bases. Where Terran is on 4, soon to be 5.
Yeah, it's the economy that's killing Lambo. Like, again, I don't think the fights have been too bad for Lambo. There have been a couple of rough Widowmine shots, of course, but it's the economy. Every single time Bunny pushes, he gets a base. Every single time. He kills the 4th, kills the 5th, kills the 6th, and just keeps rotating, keeps killing expansions, and Lambo cannot sustain these losses. He cannot afford this army. Not anymore. He's broke. Lambo's broke.
I feel like this game's going to get tougher and tougher for him. Unless he can find an angle where he kills a bunch of workers where the Terran army isn't or something.
My shot goes off.
He's going to go for these turrets once again.
Oh my god, okay. He is going to be able to continue to fight here. He's going to
the shorts
dive
is
on the Thor.
Oh my god.
Okay, he does take it out, but
So many Mutas go down.
Yeah, how many Marines are actually here?
Oh, this
Jesus.
is so many Mutas going down.
Oh god,
Yeah,
that's it.
Like,
Yeah.
So many 1 HP Mutas that's going to be a GG. But really, that game was lost, much earlier.
Yeah, I think that was a Hail Mary, like, let me try and magic box this Thor. If it dies, maybe I get on the production or something, but
yeah,
just a bit of a risk.
Yeah, so Lambo went for a pretty, like, a very different, I should say, unit comp, kind of going for the classic ZvT, Ling, Bane, Muta style. But Bunny parried the attacks pretty well. I thought for a little bit when that first big attack came in at the 3rd base, where the 4th base was above that.
Yeah.
I thought, for whatever reason, I guess I kind of decided like a bunch of SCVs had been killed.
Me too, actually.
And then we looked at the production tab and went, oh, actually,
he's fine.
you're totally fine trading infantry out for that.
Yeah.
The way I understand Ling Bane is that when you have enough fights over time where the Banes don't kill SCVs or have very lopsided exchanges where the Banes kill like all the Marines, you're probably going to lose over time.
Yeah, you do need some economic damage at some point, but
Yeah.
I
he
would
kept pulling his SCVs so
I would
quickly,
push
and
back against the concept and the idea of economic damage being necessary with Lingbane Muta. I mean, obviously you want the Mutas to be able to break into mineral lines and get damage done. That is true, and because of the scouting, the Mutas were unable to get damage done. But typically, something that Lingbane Muta gives you is map control. Typically, map control and the threat of surrounds, the threat of flanks is enough to be able to maintain bases, and that's what it came down to. I will say the trades were fine for Lambo, but what's important is that Bunny, he was so aggressive and so assertive, and he was so quick to push across the map, to commit to these move-outs, to hit his 1-1 timing, did his 2-2 timing as well, and as we try to emphasize, every time he pushed, he got a base. Every single time. And he might not have killed many workers, but he was still dealing economic damage, to the point where at the end, as we've pointed out, Lambo had no mining. He had no mining, he had no bases, he had no economy, he just couldn't retain those expansions. And let's go. Let us jump on in.
that's what you always say about the win more move, right? Like you don't need to win more.
yeah. It's like, well, now I'm going to kill him with this push, and I'm going to expand 3 times, and I'm going to go. You're like, just relax. You only have to get the game to a certain point where you're winning enough, and then secure that and ride it out.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly what Bunny did back there. So Bunny's up 2-1.
I didn't realize there were enough Marines to take out the Mutas. The Mutas took a big mine shot to the face, and then they took a Thor volley to the face as well. I think they took 2 Thor shots to the face. So the Thors and the Widowmines softened everything up, and Marines, they could just stim and win. That feels crazy.
But I think much richer, longer games here than the matches we had yesterday at RSL.
Yeah, definitely a lot more back and forth. Like
Right.
those kind of games kind of ended with one punch. But we're seeing multiple fights, lots of aggression, harassment, that kind of stuff in these games. Some good old ZvT. Can't beat it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Probably, it's like the iconic matchup.
For the first time this series, Hatch Gas Pool standing open out of Lambo for the first time.
Yeah. No, it's...
Meanwhile,
it's been great
CC
to
first out of
check it out.
Bunny.
It's been nice to cast Lambo, by the way.
Yeah.
I've always been kind of mostly. I mean, obviously, I do overseas events too, right? But I've mostly been casting the Korean players who I'm so deeply familiar with. But getting to see like a Lambo versus Bunny match is very exciting, and you can see Lambo really kind of go toe to toe with Bunny. Bunny's, I think, sharpness has really been highlighted here in the mid game. the chitinous plating snipe in game 2, the ability to basically deflect the big attacks here from Lambo in game 3 were also shown. I'm wondering if Lambo is going to go back to that Roach Ravager style again. It seemed to serve him a little
I would push
better.
against the idea that he was like,
With the Ling
easily
Muta, with
deflecting
brilliant,
Lambo. Like, as we were pointing out, like,
overall
those are some rough
style,
fights for Bunny. The way,
Yeah.
like, they were trading is maybe the best way of putting it, just because it was very back and forth with how they were fighting each other. Except of course for the fact that Bunny was able to still achieve his goals, which was to get across the map, which was to break said economy. But getting into this, as we mentioned at the start of the series, like Bunny, his biggest strength is typically the mid game, and I feel like we have seen that throughout the course of this series. We'll see how Lambo does mix things up though. As we mentioned, for the first time this series, Hatch Gas Pool. First time.
But let's see what Lambo is cooking up here. We have Ling Speed on the way.
Meanwhile, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anonymous in the chat for the $99 tip. Oh my, ay, papi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the donation, for the tip. We appreciate it. We appreciate the support. Thank you. Hope you enjoy the casting. Hope you enjoy the commentary. Hope you enjoy the StarCraft. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Thank you.
Definitely worth it to get one SCV.
Calm down, papi. Calm down.
Pay for yourself and more.
Yeah.
So we've got Starport.
Did Bunny get a third CC? No. 1-1-1. Ooh, just like game 1.
And
hyper aggressive.
We've already kind of cast this early game before, although we don't know what kind of mid game it's going to be. He went right into a Liberator, so no Viking this time. So a super fast Liberator.
So
with Stim as well immediately.
Yeah.
Are they going to point it
I
out?
was liking the Viking openers.
Okay. So when it comes to Bunny's build, if you remember what happened in game 1, this is the same build, except for the lack of Viking. But game 1, he also went for the 1-1-1 into heavy Liberator Hellion aggression into his double tank stim timing and bio push, if you recall. So Bunny was hyper aggressive. This is why, if you remember, the casters were very critical and they were being like, "Oh, why is Bunny pushing? Why is he like this?" And it's like, well, Bunny delayed his third CC. You can see it now being thrown down, but his third base is late in favor of army production, in favor of a timing attack, in favor of aggression, which he does plan on going for. The question becomes, what does Lambo do as a response, as he will see the 1-1-1 setup. Big scout for Lambo. He sees everything.
Yeah, I think
confirms early stim, confirms 1-1-1. He knows.
Exactly, it's going to pan out. The Overlord is going to scout everything.
Except the third.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did it not? Where's his third CC?
The third's in the wall at the front, I believe.
Oh.
It's kind of like the Maru thing. Maru started doing this.
4:30 layer timing.
Okay.
Obviously, the Terrans have done this for a while, but I think Maru does this every game now. Just throw that CC down at the front. I really like it because often the Overlord...
Early Roach one, I do like this. We mentioned this earlier, but Roach play is just very safe, and if Bunny is going to be hyper aggressive, then Roaches is a good way to just get you into the mid game.
But then again, I guess you could also hide Barracks in the natural too. So I guess that ambiguity.
So reactive Roach Warren.
Beyond, I saw it do this where he like threw Barracks down in the natural. So it's like you might still think it's third CC. Because there is a way to look and be like, well, there's not enough infrastructure here, so there has to be money spent on the command center. Anyways, yeah, it's smart. I like that. He puts the command center in the entrance, and then your Overlord Scout doesn't confirm everything, although you may suspect it.
Yeah, you probably want like a Ling run around to the front at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you really need to know...
So far, +1 Carapace is on the way. Again, that'll help against the Bio Army when it comes to his Roach Ravager. Bunny, this time, though, hasn't dealt any economic damage. The Liberator didn't achieve too much, neither did the Hellions.
I guess so. Okay, you're right. Yeah, Vision Lamb.
But he does preserve them.
Yeah, at some point in time. He must have ran a Ling in there, because he did not see it before.
Yeah. So good scouting from Lambo.
And you see, early stim is done. Now we have combat shields. We have 1-1 upgrades on the way. When Lambo going for early infestors.
This isn't like the all-in kind of Roach build. It's going to be slightly slower. Add in the second Evo chamber. Going to be getting the second upgrade on the way. And once again, he went for a Viking after the Liberator. And the Viking's been doing work in this series, man.
Yeah, and once again, it's a glitch in the Matrix. It's going to be the Overseer morph. But this time, he's going to get away.
Yeah.
It's a sign of what's to come. Is Lambo going to win game 4?
So again, we're waiting for the upgrades here for Bunny. That's going to be his timing.
The third base already set up. This isn't super safe, but I don't know that the Zerg is going to attack. Well, actually, I think the Zerg might attack here. He's getting armor. He's getting roaches. We'll know if we see Ravagers morphed, if this is going to be him trying to attack.
Lambo's running. Look at the worker count. 80 drones. Lambo, he was so greedy this game. And despite the Liberator Hellion opener, Bunny has not punished at all. 81 drones, so fast.
Got the drone count he won. He might start pumping out a bunch.
Here come the safety infestors that we mentioned, and now we're going straight into the hive.
to get your hive.
Now,
on the
is
way
this
if
too
there is a
greedy?
big
That's the better
green
question.
tank
Because again,
coming out. If you can
82
get
drones is
bundle on
crazy.
that as it moves
When
out,
Bunny's hitting his
suddenly
timing, and here he comes.
all the bio
Remember, this is
tanks
lined up with
just
1-1.
huge.
We're lined up with 1-1 here. Here comes Bunny. Here comes his push. Is the same push and timing he tried to go for in game 1.
There's a lot of roaches.
Is Lambo ready for this? Okay.
I don't know. I think he might have pushed through the blind spot. Okay, so he's going to just be hit right over here.
Yeah, the scan reveals the roaches.
The SCVs are going to counterattack. There are...
Bunny forced back home.
you know, there is a siege tank up
And
here.
Lambo, he
so,
gets away with it. Lambo, he gets away with the greed. Again, he's already at max workers here at 84 drones. And now the hive is almost done. Into Ultra Tech, into Ultra Infestor, Lingbane, Roach Ravager. Like, Lambo, he's taking freely.
For those Lings, not the worst trade on either side. But Bunny has not committed to the push, so I think this is looking pretty good for Lambo in that aspect.
It's very good for Lambo.
Gonna get his next upgrade on the way. A hive is not finished. Would love to take out these.
Like right now,
aliens.
everything's in
They could be
favor for
turned into
Lambo.
Hellbats
Like
later
not
on
a lot
once
has
the armies
happened,
done.
but a lot has happened this game. Like in the sense that it's been a lot of posturing. It's been a lot of the players embracing their own builds. And Bunny, remember, he delayed his third base, he delayed his economy for an earlier push. He pushed, he scanned the roaches, he backed away, knowing that he could not break through, and Bunny missed it. Bunny, he missed his timing, and now Lambo can freely get into ultras.
Two medevacs are going to go into the main. I think that Lambo's ready. He's going to wrap around here with his, I think, everything that he's got. No, I'm sorry.
There's nobody.
This
There
is
is
gonna
a
be able to come drop in
spore
here.
crawler, but yeah, these units will land.
No shot we snipe Ultra coming
Alien
again.
in here
No
as
shot.
well, but Lambo's
No
back
shot.
in time. That medevac will fall, so some of the units will not get out. Just the one medevac, but this has bought Bunny time to move over this side.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to try to hit 3 o'clock.
And again, there's a lot of pressure on Bunny to do some damage here before Ultra Tech.
Right? Although it did not have the Roach Ravager bust.
Ultra's on the way.
Beforehand. But he's going to come up here. You can let the hatchery take a little
Guesses
bit
of
of
the
damage, but if
expansion.
he's going to save it. He needs to attack it now, and he's not.
He gets it.
I think he just can't, right? Like he's trying to hit this ultra power spike. I don't think he even has Bane speed at this moment, so.
Yeah,
or Banelins.
There's 5 Ultras making, but like I think Terran, if with good enough spreading, could maybe even take this other base out.
Yeah, no Bane speed available, no ultras, so Bunny hitting a critical timing just before that hive tech gets online and these power units come out. Very nice timing by him. Will net himself a hatchery. Will he go for one more here? He's kind of entrenched in that base with some good
I mean, the
siege
Ultra
tank
Cabin is at the
placement.
natural,
If he's
not in
gonna,
the main,
like, be aggressive,
I
I'd like
believe.
to see these Marines get a bit more active here. He's also attacking down this side as
Going
well.
for the
Gonna
mineral
slide
line.
that Spore crawler right away.
Ultra got spotted.
Ultras will come over, so he'll be forced to lift up.
Big scout.
And this right side army's not done anything. It's just sitting there for the moment. Okay, now it's starting to be active.
Okay, he's going to come in again.
Dude, these drops look so annoying to deal with
I
without
know.
anything
Well,
that
this
shoots up.
is the price you pay when you're, you got Ultra and Roach, is that, you can kind of just be annoyed endlessly by the drops and everything else that's over there.
Lambo trying to commit it. He's going for it. He
Buzzing
commits.
around, but
Yeah.
Nice blinding clouds.
Oh, blinding cloud here.
Very
Makes the
nice.
tank's completely useless. Lambo picks this off. There is a small attack here in the
He wants the
far
infestor.
left. And I don't know what's going to be here to defend it.
Nice tank shot.
Yeah, one tank on the high ground here, but Lambo
He
is
gets
going to
in.
go up. He has,
Wow.
units to the
Oh my
left
God,
side
late
of this army. They're
reaction.
going to have to run over, but more than 10 drones going down instantly. We'll save the hatchery, and I think overall Lambo can be happy with this. He managed to get his Ultra Tech out. Yes, he lost 10 drones, but that's not the end of the world. When you've got 3K in the bank, you can easily remake those. Can the Ultras fit behind that? Yeah, they can. This is such an awkward spot to attack into, though. The Ultras can't really get back here to help.
Oh my God, it's so annoying. One does manage to get
The
over there.
Sim City back.
12 drones have been picked off.
And again, this is nice harassing damage, but here comes Lambo. Here comes Lambo. Okay, so question is, how many blinding clouds did he have? Did he regenerate energy on his Viper or not? I'm not entirely certain.
He would love to get a good fight. He's adding that
With his
spike
blinding clouds, he
again.
can break that defensive line. Here comes Lambo. He's pushing.
Without the waves of aggression we saw. He's going to attack this base over here, the planetary, and I think Bunny might not be able to hold
Infestor goes
this.
down.
He's trying to repair the
Nice target
planetary, but
firing.
he's going to go down instantly.
Fungal lands.
Good fungals on the bio,
Oh my
locking
God.
basically all of that down. That allows the Ultras to connect and not be kited. And this Bioforce is just starting to fall here. Roaches, Lings, Infestors in the
Yeah,
back.
he has enough.
Reinforcements coming over for Lambo,
Ooh.
taking out so much army right now.
How much further can Lambo try to push in? He's going to get over here to the third base. The blinding clouds are going to go down.
But there we go. He breaks through the main army, breaks into the expansion, and despite Lambo losing some workers earlier, despite him being delayed somewhat, he still breaks through. He still breaks through, still
Go down
overwhelms.
on this bio and all the medevacs, but actually sitting in the liberation zones right now. Finally, that Liberator goes down, and all these SCVs tasteless.
Yeah, 21 SCVs are picked off. I think Bunny, this could be fatal damage here. You know, Lambo, you know, he can dump so many minerals into Zerglings right now and probably wind up for another attack.
Yeah, I feel like this is what Game 2 was supposed to look like. The big ultra timing, you know, but with Microbial Shout that game as well. But this time, Bunny not able to snipe the cavern, so it actually does hit, and it hits hard, man.
Yeah, so now Terran's going to try to crawl back out on the map.
Like, once again, I think it's important to emphasize that Bunny, he did fall behind early on, as opposed to Game 2. Game 2, Bunny went for a much more standard opener. Here in game number 4 at this point, remember, Bunny, he did have a delayed economy himself. Not just that, but Lambo was so greedy this game, as opposed to Game 2, which they're trying to reference, which I would disagree. Remember, in Game 2, Lambo cut workers at 67. He was 3-base all in. Here, Lambo cut workers at 84. Like, Lambo, he joined up so fast to 84 workers, and he got away with it. He was hyper greedy, and that's why you can see this, the disparity here in supplies. That's why Lambo was able to embrace his high-tech ultras as quickly as he could, the upgrades as well. Again, the drop play from Bunny was good, but not good enough. Not to make up for his deficit, not to make up for Lambo getting away with that high economy early on and making use of that economy.
He's got Bane speed coming in finally. Maybe a little bit of a mistake to not have that at this point, as he's had a huge bank, but here comes the Ultralisk. So many of these at the front. Is he going to pull the trigger here? I think he should. The only thing that might make you not want to is Bane speed, but he's going to go for it. Ultralisk getting in the
the fungals.
Huge fungals on the Marines and the Marauders. They're trying to kite back, but they cannot get away. And Lambo crushing it right now.
Yeah, that's going to be a GG. Lambo brings us into Game 5. That was a game where everything Lambo had planned worked out.
Yeah.
From start to finish, he managed to do everything he needed to do. And he made that style work that really had not, you know, gotten him too far before.
Yeah, beautifully played. I like that he didn't give up on the idea. Like, no, this is a good plan. Like, as long as I don't lose the tech and I get everything online and I get what I need, I can make this work. Goes for it again to huge success. Like, that attack, he kind of smashed Bunny.
GG, well played. They're kind of framing the game in a certain way where it's like, oh, like he just tried it again, and this time he was able to refine his play and make it work. Once again, I'll push back against it. Like, this was not the same build. It looks the same when it comes to the end goal and like the end composition, but getting there was very different. Very different. Remember, game 2, we saw a gasless opener. It was a gasless opener into Hyper Greed early on into the Roach all-in, followed by the Ultras. Like, game 2 was a very different kind of game. Here in game 4, again, it was Hyper Greed, safety Roach Warren after Lambo scouted the 1-1-1, deflected the 1-1 timing attack at a Bunny, and got away with 84 workers. Partly because of the larger map, but also because of the scouting, right? Lambo, he scouted, he knew he could get away with Greed, he played it safe with his Roaches, of course, and then he was able to get away with not just Hive Tech, but Hive Tech off of a very fast and very strong economy. GG. GG, well played with that. Lambo, he does he does tie things up, and now we're going all the way to the ace match. Let's go. Game 5, where are we dropping?
Let's see who's going to move on. By the way, delightfully close match here.
What a pleasure this is to go to Game 5. Lambo and Bunny fighting it out to the last map, which is going to be at Eternity's Edge. By the way, if you're just joining the broadcast, this isn't the second set of the day. We did switch the order. So after this, we'll be following this up with Rogue versus Clem.
Clem was in bed.
Yeah, there were some technical issues with Rogue Clem. I'm sure that's been resolved by now. So we just had the other players hop on. So yeah, you still have a whole best of 5 after this. So we're not even halfway through the day here. So, you know, we're going to go into Game 5. And I think this is a really tough one to call. These guys are clearly very evenly matched.
So once again, I want to say for the third time this series, it's going to be CC first at a Bunny.
But
he's been doing this very often on these larger maps.
Yeah, wow. This is what he did in Game 1, right? Which he lost.
Yeah. I'm like, I can't believe he's going to do the losing strategy.
This is
again.
the losing strat.
It's the third time he's doing it, by the way.
What he's able to get away with here.
Early pull out of Lambo once again. Later gas.
First, in Game 5. But let's see if you know, Lambo does do the Roach Ravager stuff again.
Yeah, I'm curious as well. By the way, how wild would it be if Lambo got to the round of 4 in his first RSL?
That'd be sick.
That'd be a really good result. For
Said it was tech issues. Clemens excused this time. Technical bench. You know, they said it was a tech issue. I didn't believe him. I think, you know what? Hold on. You know what the tech issue was? The tech issue was that that Clem, his phone was off and they couldn't wake him up. That was the issue. That was. Sorry guys, it's a technical issue. The alarm did not go off for Clem. His phone is out of battery and we can't call him, so we're gonna. So it's a technical issue. True. It's okay. It's okay. He's waking up. He'll be awake.
Right now, and you know you're gonna see the CC is done immediately.
By the way, that statue looked so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go back over there and take a look.
The alarm not going off is a tech issue. I believe him. I believe him.
Like a few minutes. Wow.
Yeah, look at that.
That looks so bad.
It fits.
Very, very cool. Look at his banner blown in the wind. Oh my god.
I didn't even notice the banner. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Very, very cool statue.
There's a lot of great stuff that you can find on some of these maps here. Like it's no, it's crazy. The StarCraft map editor too, by the way, is like it's insane what you can do with it.
From here, welcome to Attorney's Edge. Attorney's Edge is, I would say, can be a very dynamic map, especially in a longer and later game. There's gold bases, high yield bases as well. Bunny, once again, for the third time this series, do you see what I see? He went for this build last time, Starport before CC. Starport before CC. So once again, we are asserting ourselves with being more aggressive, and if we fail to get damage done, Bunny will fall behind. Remember, Bunny, he's actively himself kind of sacrificing his own economy in favor of more Hellion aggression, in favor of the earlier Banshee play or earlier Viking play. Like, Bunny is being a little more assertive here, and he needs to get damage done with this. Stim is going to be done early, Combat Shields is done early, and this usually leads into 1-1 timings. Usually.
And that kind of leads into everything else. And I don't know, maybe you know, Sturgeon, but I don't know if there's like is there any like kind of trick if you see them go CC first that Zerg can do to really punish?
Well, sometimes an early pull can kind of get the SCV.
No.
Yeah,
I guess I meant after you scout it.
Oh, after you scout it?
Yeah.
No, not really, because like once the Hellions come out, you know, Ling stuff is kind of similar to if you're just doing hatch first. Unless you're going to do like a crazy all-in, right? Like
yes,
if you're going to go gas
say,
pool like 13-12 or something. And try
like all-ins are stronger against CC first.
If they don't, you just lose. So anyway, just looking at Bunny's build here, he's actually going Marauder Hellion here. Are we going to see... Okay, he's adding Marines now and Stim.
It's a 2-base all-in. That's a second and third ranks before CC. Hyper aggression by Bunny. Bunny, he reveals the Marauder intentionally, by the way. That was very intentional.
Yeah, we'll have to see how many he wants to make, or
like he's feigning like concussive shell or like Marauder production, like Hellbat push. Bunch of roaches are popping out.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what that early Marauder was from Bunny there.
Yeah, 4 axes, 2-base all-in.
Marauder, I mean, why not? I guess. I thought it might be one of those like Marauder Hellbat timings, but it isn't going to be that. So he's going to get his +1. He's going for tanks behind this, adding 4 more racks. He's going to have a lot of production.
Quickly getting into it. Bunny revealing his early Marauder makes it look like he's going for an earlier push, so Lambo has been making a bunch of roaches, and he's not been joining. These drones are late for Lambo, so Lambo assumed that an earlier move out was coming, so he's been mind gamed. Like the mind games here, Lambo, he's forced to be more inefficient, and Bunny is going all in, but he's going for a later all in here with all these upgrades, with all this tech kicking in.
Yeah, at least in the games that I see. But I think it can be very strong. Because this was like, there was like that GSL where like Maro was like CC first every time.
Yeah. And
he was like doing like half, like get a third command center quickly and half do a push. And then he kind of just like phased out 2-base push. But I think this can be very strong because somebody might see command center first and just assume it's going to be the inevitable 3-base 8 racks style. Where if you come hit with 5
3-base 8 racks has not been seen in quite some time. Like we didn't see it at all this series for good reason. Like it's not very viable nowadays.
Which tells me that he is going to try to come out here and fight. So I don't actually know what this interaction is supposed to look like. If you know Zerg can just obviously take the fight, right? Because they already have Roach Ravager or what?
That was prevalent in the previous meta.
Looking to be aggressive here. Tons of roaches coming out versus a big 2-base.
Now, Lambo, he had to spike up in workers to catch up for not joining earlier, and here comes Bunny. It's all or nothing.
The siege tanks not siege. This could be disastrous for Bunny.
Lambo's going to beat him.
Like an Oilers thing, or you might get forced to
does the siege in time.
He does see these roaches. Now they know what the other guy is doing, and there's actually a lot of bio here. I think Lambo has to be very careful. The tank siege up, and that's going to slow the push down, but he's actually bled quite a few roaches
catching the Ravagers.
Okay, the Overseer's coming in.
Does catch the Ravagers. I think Lambo's okay. Like Lambo, he did not overdrone. He caught workers under 3 base saturation. And he has a bunch of Roach Ravager. I think Lambo can get on top of the tank. He's going for it.
Pulls the trigger. He's going to go in for this.
He gets one.
Hit one of the tanks, but not the other one. Just slightly off.
He gets the other.
So many roaches
He's done
right
it.
now, Tasteless.
Oh my God, Lambo completely flattens this. Bunny, I mean, again, it looked kind of like that anti-timing from game number 1. And I don't think Zerg's going to stop. I think you go all the way back across the map.
And remember, Bunny was all in. Bunny was all in. The all in fails, and now Lambo can counterattack. He can counterattack and just snowball out of control. Again, Lambo, he cut workers early, under 60 workers, so very low drone count for Lambo. He took it very seriously, and Lambo just shut Bunny down completely. And Bunny has no follow-up. Bunny has no third CC.
Will start to fall, and Lambo has to be careful not to get surrounded here. He's going back into drone, so this army isn't being reinforced right now. Couple depots burning down. The SCVs come out to repair, but you can't do anything about these Ravagers biling these down, so they're all going to fall. And Lambo's just getting his eco up behind this.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lambo won the fight. He goes, okay, let's back up. Let's not overextend. Let's not go too hard. Bunny, I think, has stayed patient. But, you know, this is not great for Bunny. I don't think there was a third command center ever made, by the way.
It's two
he's
base
been
all
stuck
in.
on 2 bases, and I think he has one more push left in him.
Yeah.
And if this doesn't work, I think he's just dead, because
I agree.
Lambo's up to 75 drones now, and he has...
Yeah, as they're pointing out, Bunny does not pull the boys. Does not pull the boys here. Bunny, he's been all in this entire time. There's a chance that maybe Lambo's being too greedy by attacking up too hard, so maybe Bunny can make this work, but it's looking quite dire for Bunny. Looking very dire.
Yeah, I really like the Lambo's decision making here. Okay, he's going to force the tanks to siege, and if they do, he'll bile them. They actually are not sieging. It's kind of insane. He's just running at this Roach army. Where are these infestors, though? I think they're coming out just now. Bunny's going to have to be careful.
Can we land the
army
tanks?
fungled here.
Okay, he's got the right idea. Just force him to siege and then run.
Ooh.
Yeah, the fungal hits. Anything that you can do damage to.
Oh, here come the boys! Let's go!
Oh my God, this is so tense right now. Lambo's maxed out though.
See, but Bunny's not.
Yeah, the longer this goes on, the better it is for Lambo.
Stay back.
Yeah, and if you move the tanks up, they get biled as well, right?
Right. Oh, God, I don't think this is gonna work. I mean, basically this.
The boys, no! The boys get fungled. All of them are going to fall, and the
Oh my
gets
God, massive fungals.
The tanks are doing a lot of damage, though, in the back, but does Bunny have the numbers right now, Tasteless?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to come in here. He is going to get this.
And again, really patient play by Lambo. Bunny, he breaks the third. Lambo just backs off. Lambo, he just banks off, builds up more units. Lambo knows the time is on his side. Just take it slow. Take it slow, Pappy.
By the way, double supply here, Lambo. To Bunny's, Lambo's max, Bunny's at 105.
Okay, this is getting weird now. These Roaches going to counterattack. The drones evacuate. But Lambo needs to take another base if he's not going to defend those two, right? Because
yeah, I like the counterattack here with the Roaches. You basically just kill anything that's going to reinforce, because all you want to do is kill off this army.
Drones get caught?
Yeah. Okay, he is taking that base below his natural now, so he can get his workers back to mining. 13 drones going down. I don't think, but I mean, Bunny can't go home. He can't just go home and macro, but there's already Roaches across the map, so he has to, right?
I think he is going to go home. That's what's crazy about this.
He doesn't have a choice,
but Lambo needs to then come in here and sandwich this.
Yeah, or
he doesn't
away.
need to. He doesn't need to.
I'm really confused by this position right now.
Oh, he's going to try and trap this Zerg army, but they're getting away to the left, aren't they?
Yeah.
Who sandwiches who?
The thing is, I just feel
Who
like
gets who?
if Bunny's moving around the map, can't Lambo just crush this? Maybe
Yeah,
not.
maybe, but I mean, Bunny has 23 workers.
Yeah, Lambo just counterattacks. He just counterattacks. He just hits the natural, catching more reinforcements.
Okay, he's going to counterattack, but I don't know about this. I mean, I would have thought you'd want to flatten the army. So he's going to deny the base again.
Oh,
okay, he's going to
he gets in the main. That's good, though. He can stop all the production now.
Yeah, now he needs to...
I mean, Lambo's fine. Like, I mean, like, they're like, I mean, Lambo, as long as he can hold on to the ramp, that's all he has to do. Just hold the ramp.
To hit this army.
He's got Hive done. Will he make a Viper or something? You can't make any tech here. It's too... It's just
that's a fungal.
Too dangerous. He's actually going to engage it. Lambo going for it down
Lambo
the
pushing
ramp.
into too many tanks,
I'm not
though.
sure if that's wise.
Too many.
Maybe you want to let the Terran come up the ramp into the open first.
Bunny has one SCV in the game. It's crazy.
Tanks are on siege. He gets them. GG.
Wow, Lambo, a.k.a. Eggmorph, is moving on. He Eggmorphs his way to the round of 4. Crazy.
What a game.
That was insane. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, Bunny went for that 2-base I don't know if you want to call it all in for the first attack. It's
what?
kind of an all in.
It
it's
is.
definitely an all in when you pull the boys with it.
Yeah, once the boys are pulled, there's no going back. But
no.
Going over my cord here. Sorry.
if you don't kill like a hatchery or 2 hatcheries with that push, then you're just so far behind. So it's very, very committed at least. We can call it an all in probably, but Lambo was doing the same thing, right? Like
I know.
50-ish workers.
I don't know if I bring this up all the time. And it's still continuing here as well. I don't know what it is about the RSL casters, Gemini, State, Sturgeon, and Tasteless. You can see even here as well. They're like, oh, maybe it wasn't. They're so adverse to calling all-ins all-ins. I don't know why. Like they just really maybe they like have some negative connotations with it, and they don't want to paint that negative light on the player or something. I don't know, but like they're very adverse to like. To making a strong statement about how committed and how all in a build is. It's just something that comes up every time. It's weird. It just stands out to me. It just stands out. Regardless, GG well played. GG well played. With that, congratulations, Lambo. He will claim the series. When it comes to the series itself, congratulations, Lambo does claim it. It's a big win for Lambo. But I do want to say that Bunny surprised me a little bit. So at the beginning of the series, we did say that Bunny is he thrives in the mid game. That is true. We did see that. But Bunny was hyper aggressive this series. It was 3 different times he went for that build. 3 different times. I mean, not the same build. We went for the same opener, going for a 1-1-1, committing into hyper aggression, and he was struggling because almost every single game Lambo was playing roaches. The one game that he didn't, he played mutas, and Bunny was able to win, of course, but we saw a lot of roach heavy play out of Lambo, and roach is just really safe. It's just a really safe way to play, and for Bunny to commit himself into late third bases time and time again, to need to get damage done and to fail to get damage done due to the scouting and due to the roach setup back at home, Bunny was in a really rough position multiple times throughout this series because of said builds themselves. And even here at the very end, committing to the 2-base all-in, Lambo, he likewise also played it safe. He did take note of the early Marauder move out. If you remember, I was like, oh, is he trying to fake out and hit a later timing and force like an overreaction? And Lambo did overreact, but he eventually droned up to 3-base saturation and he committed into roaches and he did not over drone. I say 3-base saturation at Lambo, he cut workers at 57. It was either 57 or 58, but it was under 60 workers. So a relatively low drone count, but well enough to build up his army and to defend and survive. And yeah, Bunny was just hyper aggressive this entire series. He was just hyper aggressive, very committed, very all in at times. And yeah, in the end, Lambo with safer play, with scouting, of course, was able to keep up and shut him down. GG well played. With that, we're going to be going to our final series of the broadcast. We're going to be coming to a short break, and when we come back, we have our next series. It's going to be Clem versus Rogue. Let's go. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Did that lone roach just walk past the army ignored? It did happen, yes. I did notice that. But we're going to be coming to a short break. When we come back, we'll have our next series. We'll have Clem versus Rogue. See you soon.